comedy, Tunde had one dangerous belief, that his mouth could win him anything, including a woman who looked like she had standards. That afternoon, he spotted Arais standing under a tree, minding her business like someone who had no idea she was about to be emotionally attacked by nonsense. Tunde adjusted his shirt, cracked his knuckles like a man about to perform brain surgery, and walked up to her with confidence that had absolutely no supporting evidence. "My goodness," he said, staring at her like he just discovered electricity, "you're like a human disco ball. Every time you blink, it's like my eyes are hosting a full party." Adaise blinked, slowly, carefully, the way you look at someone when you're trying to confirm they're serious. "Wow," she said. "That's new. Do you rehearse these lines in front of a mirror, or do they just attack innocent people randomly?" Tunde placed his hand on his chest. "Rehearse? Please, this is raw talent. I was born with charm. My personality came with a warranty and extra accessories." Adaise folded her arms. "Accessories? What, like a toolbox full of confusing compliments?" "Exactly," he said proudly. "Premium quality, tested and trusted." She laughed. "Tested where? On human beings or confused animals?" Tunde's face lit up. "Funny you should ask. I told my cat she was a perfect model, and now she refuses to walk normally. It's all posing and attitude." Adaise let out a small laugh she tried very hard to hide and failed. "Your cat needs therapy," she said. "But seriously, what makes you think all this, whatever this is, will work on me?" Tunde leaned closer, lowering his voice like he was about to reveal a national secret. "Because you are out of this world," he said. "If you were a pizza topping, you'd be extra cheese, the one that makes everything better." Adaise paused. "Extra cheese?" she repeated. "That's what you're going with?" He nodded confidently, as if he had just quoted a philosopher. She shook her head, smiling. "All right then, if I'm extra cheese, do you want to be pepperoni on my pizza?" Tunde gasped like he had just been promoted in life. "Pepperoni? I accept. I'll be the spicy part that makes you want to stand on tables and question your life choices." Adaise burst out laughing. "You are ridiculous. But let's see how far this nonsense goes. Can you do a backflip?" Tunde didn't even think. Of course. That was his first mistake. He stepped back, stretched like an athlete who had absolutely no training, and launched himself into what he believed was a backflip. What actually happened looked like gravity personally came down to embarrass him. 2 seconds later, he landed flat on his backside with a sound that echoed slightly. Silence. Then, Adaise exploded. She laughed so hard she had to hold her stomach. "Oh my goodness. You didn't just fail. You offended physics." Tunde winced but raised a hand like a champion who refused to be defeated. "So, did I pass?" She wiped tears from her eyes. "You passed the weirdness test with flying colors. I think you're actually wooing me." Tunde sat up straighter immediately. "Excellent. In that case, I would like my prize." "Prize?" she said, still laughing. "You want a reward for falling like a sack of rice?" "Yes," he said seriously. "I'll accept something small. Maybe a smile or a laugh." Adaise tilted her head, pretending to think. Fine. I'll give you a proper laugh, but only if you do the chicken dance." Tunde stood up like a man who had nothing left to lose. "Say less." Before she could reconsider her life choices, he started flapping his arms like a bird that had seen things. "Bok, bok, bok," he added for full effect, moving in circles like he was being chased by invisible corn. People nearby started staring. One man dropped his drink. "A daisy?" "Gone. Completely gone." She laughed so loudly it attracted attention from people who had no business being involved. At this point, she was no longer laughing at him. She was laughing because of him, which somehow made it worse. "Okay, okay," she managed to say between laughs. "You've won. You've officially won the wooing game." Tunde stopped mid-flap, breathing like he had just fought for his life. "Finally. So what's my grand prize?" Adaise looked at him, still smiling. You get more of my laughter," she said. Tunde grinned. "Deal." She extended her hand. "Deal, but only if you keep being this weird." He shook it firmly. "That won't be a problem. This is my natural state." And just like that, against all logic, all expectations, and several laws of dignity, Tunde's nonsense worked. Adaise walked away still laughing, and he followed beside her, already preparing his next terrible line. Because some people bring flowers, some bring poetry, but Tunde? Tunde brought chaos, and somehow it was exactly what she liked. The end.